Shermaine, your host for this evening, and tonight we will be covering sports, weather updates, stock exchange, and world news. First, we have Shajing with sports news. Hi, I'm Shajing and I will be covering the sports news for today. How many of us know exactly what we want to do since the age of 5? Well, Dr. Nicole David is one such person. She has won the World Open title a record 8 times. Today, we are going to talk about our Malaysian world #1 women's squash player, Dato' Nicole David. The world squash champion Nicole David has set a new record for topping the world rankings when she secured top place Sunday for the 106th month. Considered by some to be one of the greatest women's squash players of all time, David's other notable achievements include the Asian Squash Championship. She also held a 13-month 51-match winning streak from March 2006 until April 2007. When she finally lost to Natalie Greenham in the final of the 2007 Seoul Open. Until recently, the 31-year-old Malaysian, who first headed the Women's Squash Association WSA list in the January 2006. She overtook the 105-month record set in February 1993 by Susan Dewoy, the 4-time world champion from New Zealand. David's achievement is the latest milestone in glittering career, which has included a record 8 World Championship titles, 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals, and 4 Asian Games gold medals. Dato' Nicole Ann David is the first Asian woman to achieve this and has occupied the #1 position for the 105 consecutive months since January 2006, a record. Being #1 is something you have to earn every day. For me, it is really about playing the tournaments. Everything else is a bonus, said the Malaysian superstar. Thank you, Shajing. Dato' Nicole David is truly an inspiration to all of us. Moving on, Christy will be covering this week's weather update.
Thank you, Shermaine. Now, we will begin with a deadly snowstorm that has recently attacked Boston. About 60.8 inches of snow have fallen in Boston over the past 30 days, which is like the worst record for the past 37 years. The forecasters of Boston expected more than 20 inches on the ground in Boston for the next 2 weeks. This blizzard has affected a lot of things, example for like school, court dates, businesses, and airplanes. Public schools are all cancelled for 2 days, and all the businesses are also affected. Even the Boston's Logan Airport will only allow a fixed amount of flights to fly in and out for a few days. A winter storm warning is placed in Boston. The Massachusetts Emergency Management has really warned them on Twitter that travel conditions may be difficult. In Manchester, a school bus driver was going too fast for the storm conditions on Interstate 95 as the driver attempted to slow the bus, but then it skid out of his lane, jumped over a guardrail, and skid down an embankment, and according to the New Hampshire State Police. Luckily, the driver wasn't injured and there was no passengers in the bus. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Now we have Hussam with world news. We will be focusing on the growing crisis.
About 3 years ago, the radical Islamic group never seemed to have existed. Fast forward to 2015, the group now is known as the most dangerous and the most richest terrorist group in the world to ever exist. So dangerous that former affiliate Al-Qaeda decided to cut off ties with this malicious group, which is also called the Islamic State of Iraq and Al-Sham, or famously known as ISIS. The group now controls over 70% of territory in Iraq and Syria collectively. The group has been in the news lately for all the wrong reasons. They have been condemned by world leaders, religious scholars, and the human population in general. They are known to conduct brutal killings of innocent people in the name of Islam. Today, ISIS holds a fair amount of territory in both Iraq and Syria, roughly the size of Belgium. Another map shows their ambition stretching across the Middle East and even Africa, specifically North Africa. The world has started to come together to defeat this terrorist group. The burning alive of a Jordanian pilot recently by the group is a turning point in the fight against the jihadists, a minister said on Saturday. Airstrikes carried out so far by the Jordan's Air Force were the beginning of an ongoing process to eliminate ISIS, Interior Minister Hussein Majali said earlier.
Yes, thank you, Hussam, for updating us on the current crisis. Finally, Muhammad will be covering this week's stock exchange now. Muhammad.
As we all know, the oil industry is a very lucrative business and can be interesting because oil prices usually vary in accordance with political, geographical, and economical events around the world. Specifically, in my segment today, I am going to talk about the stock exchange. I will talk about Thailand overtaking Malaysia as the region's second biggest stock market. The issue is interesting. Malaysia were the leading giants, however, they recorded a loss while Thailand gained due to the sliding oil prices. Oil's decline of more than 50% in 6 months has hit exporters of the commodities such as Malaysia particularly hard, putting pressure on government finances and on companies that sell the fuel. At the same time, net importers like Thailand have made massive gains. The total capitalization of oil companies listed on the stock exchange of Thailand was around $466.8 billion on market close recently on Wednesday, compared to the $466.7 billion for those listed on Bursa Malaysia, according to statistics from both exchanges. Singapore's market is still by far the largest in the region, with a total capitalization of about 800 billion US dollars.
Thank you, Muhammad. Well, this concludes our time for tonight. Thank you for watching and good night to all. This is Channel 5's CHS News.